You want to hear a crazy guy? You want to hear a guy who's really deluded himself? Cut one, Mr. Producer. Go.
Think about it. 6 years after the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. In some ways, the crisis had the potential of being worse than the Great Depression.
Stop. Man actually believes his own BS. Superman came to the rescue. Obama. He stopped the greatest of the Great Depressions from occurring by massively increasing taxes, massively expanding the federal government, massively issuing regulations, massively, well, doing the wrong thing. And that's why we have such a flourishing economy now, where black teenage unemployment's around 40%, unemployment for college grads is around 22%, women are faring worse than they have in decades, men too. 37 months in a row of, what was it, 45 million people on food stamps? We've never seen such things before. Thank you, Mr. President, for saving us from the Great Depression. The greatest of Great Depressions. Go ahead.
Thanks to the decisions we made to rescue our economy, thanks to the determination of the American people, we are stronger at home. Over the past 53 months, our businesses have added nearly 10 million new jobs.
Stop. This guy, see, he puts in one variable. If you put in the variable of people who've dropped out of the workforce, what you would know is, and you'll know this is, we finally got back to the point where we were when he became president. This has been an anemic job economy, absolutely anemic. But he threw, I've created 10 million jobs. First of all, he hasn't created crap. Those private sector jobs are created by the private sector in spite of him. But that said, when you look at all the numbers, it's a disaster. Go ahead.
Streak of private sector job creation in American history.
Oh, you're so
Construction and housing are rebounding.
Stop. Construction and housing are on their backs. There was a report out today that new home building is down again. People never challenge this. It just goes on and on and on. Go ahead.
Our auto industry and manufacturing are booming. Our high school...
No, they're not. What manufacturing's booming? What auto industry's booming, unless you consider GM recalls booming? Car produced, recalled. Car produced, recalled. Bin Laden dead. General Motors almost dead. Go ahead.
Graduation rate is at a record high. More young people are earning their college degrees.
All right, that's
than ever.
enough. I can't take it. I can't take it. I said, you want to hear a crazy guy? Well, there he is, bragging about the economy. That's just great. All these people on welfare, all these people we've expanded Medicaid that you have to subsidize, all these people who've taken Social Security disability as a way out, all these people on food stamps. Yep, I did that. I saved us. From what? Economic growth, job creation, economic opportunity, business starts. Yes, you saved us from capitalism with dire and bleak socialism. But where he wasn't done. He was at the American Legion, and by the way, he got a very tepid applause. And that's all he should have gotten from them. Let's go to cut 2. Go.
Now, sustaining our leadership, keeping America strong and secure, means we have to use our power wisely. History teaches us of the dangers of overreaching and spreading ourselves too thin.
Stop. So why did you go into Libya? Huh? Spreading ourselves too thin. The man is hollowing out the greatest military the world has ever known. And he talks about spreading ourselves too thin. Go ahead.
Trying to go it alone without international support or
and that's very, very interesting, trying to go it alone. Give George W. Bush his due. He built coalitions. Give George H.W. Bush his due. He built coalitions. This knucklehead can't build a coalition. He's despised by enemy and ally alike because they don't trust him. Go ahead.
Adventures without...
All right, that's enough. Cut 3. Go ahead.
And more broadly, the crisis...
That's enough. Cut 4. Go ahead.
And that's why after...
That's enough. Cut 5. Go ahead.
American combat troops...
That's enough. All right, there we are. Obama today. It's not worth it, trust me. Mr. Producer and I had to listen to every damn word of this stuff. You okay, Mr. Producer? Knocks down the IQ a few points, doesn't it? Yeah, you really do feel dumber after an Obama speech. Just saying. No offense. Nothing personal. All due respect. By the way, the Islamo-Nazis in Tehran, they're still there. Everywhere you look in the Middle East. Islamo-Nazi here, Islamo-Nazi there, Islamo-Nazi everywhere. I should do a song. But then again, why should I? Now, the Washington Free Beacon. Iranian military leaders vowed that Tehran would take military action against Israel in response to an alleged Israeli drone that was shot down in Iran on Sunday. What are they going to do? Iran will not give a diplomatic response, but will air its grievances with Israel on the battlefield, senior Iranian generals were quoted as saying. Our response to this aggression will not be diplomatic. We will retaliate in the battlefield, but will not necessarily announce it. Listen to this guy's name. So says Brigadier General Hussein Salami. Well, salami sounds like baloney to me, doesn't he to you, Mr. Producer? The lieutenant commander of Iran's Islamic Revolution Guards was quoted as saying during a ceremony meant to commemorate martyred Iranian military personnel, "The enemy will see and understand it, Salami." Take this guy seriously. Salami. Salami. Here's the deal. Here's the deal, Salami. You unleash an attack on Israel in a way that Israel thinks it might lose, you will be, poof, blown into the dust you came from. And I want to know what we are doing, ladies and gentlemen, to stop Iran from getting nukes. Answer, nothing. You heard our appeaser president. He's got a great supporter now, spokes idiot, on MSLSD, the morning schmo. Hey! What's wrong with you conservatives? Obama's doing what you want anyway. Right, Mika? Yes, that's right, Joe. Absolutely. What did you say? Who's watching? Nobody? Iranian military leaders announced over the weekend they had used a surface-to-air missile to shoot down a drone that it claimed was an Israeli-made Hermes 450 unmanned plane. The drone was allegedly on its way to Natanz nuclear enrichment site. Wait a minute. We know where their sites are, which is believed to be part of Iran's clandestine attempts to build a nuclear weapon. They're likely to get that nuke. Then what, ladies and gentlemen? You see all the cockroaches moving around in that part of the world. Islamo-Nazis killing Islamo-Nazis, Islamo-Nazis killing Christians, Islamo-Nazis killing religious sects we never even heard of before, that come out of the Dark Ages. Islamo-Nazis beheading, killing, raping, selling women into slavery, mass graves with little kids in them. Who would have thought? Caliphate already built. Syria is gone. Whatever Syria is, it isn't Syria now. Iraq is gone. Whatever Iraq was isn't Iraq now. There's the caliphate between the two. They want to devour Kurdistan. That's right, Kurdistan. And then they want to nudge up against Turkey, where another Islamo-Nazi is the prime minister. You know, I like this Egyptian government more and more and more. I have to tell you, they went into Syria, and they blew some of these cockroaches off the face of the earth. And do you know our government's complaining, hey, you didn't check with us. Of course they didn't check with you, you idiots. You would have told them not to. You know, you don't want to stretch yourself too thin when you're already thinning out our military. You don't want to stretch yourself too thin. There's Obama. You know what? The arrogance of this man, the delusion of this man in front of veterans of the American Legion, sitting there lecturing them about our military, what our military can and cannot do. And they have to be sitting there, polite men and women as they are, thinking to themselves, listen to this doofus. Because that's what he is. And I say that and I mean it with all due respect to the doofus.